Cheers. Atafurahia. We. Ama tayari. Are we live? We are live. Chat. Welcome to the live, brothers and sisters. We are happy to see all of you here. Thank you for joining us this Wednesday. What's the date today?
It's 18th.
18th. Ramadan was yesterday.
It started today, I think.
Oh, it's a whole nini.
You know, they were saying tentatively today. Today is 18th.
Wasn't it yesterday, 17th? So it's like, how long does it go?
1 month.
Oh, I thought it's just a day.
Maybe.
Oh, so we can wish them a happy one, a joyful one. I've read that Ramadan is a time to share meals, to share, to pray. What's this?
For peace.
Yeah, so we wish all our brothers and sisters in the Muslim fraternity a happy Ramadan. I hope that's how it's said, yeah? A happy one, a successful one, a joyful one. Pray for Africa if you are Muslim.
Yeah.
If you're a Christian, whichever religion.
Today was Ash Wednesday.
Oh yes, Catholics. You saw a lot of Catholics having some crosses in Kenya. It was crazy. In town, I was in the middle of the CBD today, downtown, uptown. People have crosses. And I'm like, okay, well, it's people's religion, respect it, and it makes them feel good. I don't know what Ash Wednesday is all about.
Me too. But
You don't know, but you're Catholic.
I was. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining us. Welcome. Today will be a great live stream to celebrate one of our own president who we've been watching since, he was elected last year. That is Mahama. But remember, the last time we missed.
Our lighting not so good today.
Let's see. Chat, let us know if our lighting is now
Perfect.
okay.
I think it's okay.
Okay. So the last time we had some power and internet problems. So that was the day before yesterday. Our stream just cut off, and we were like, what is happening now?
Power.
Yeah. So we were left. We say in Swahili, kwa mata, like in the lights.
Isn't it an African problem, really? South Africans always have load shedding. At some point, they tried to introduce load shedding in Kenya. I don't know why it didn't work, because there was an initiative by the government to, what do you call it? To start
sharing.
Yes, sharing power. But it didn't work in Kenya.
No, I think it's coming. Because we were talking about data centers. It was the president. I think they want to introduce, those AI things. They want data centers. But it's when the master calls and the master wants to have those data centers in Kenya. Remember, we just signed off our data, our health data to the US for some peanuts. My goodness. Brothers and sisters, we are hoping that you are not together with us sharing data. It's not so good for us, because what is our data being used for? Anyway, last time we were talking about Makorubi. Remember Makorubi? That guy who just came out of nowhere, and they were in the Munich security conference with the NATO, and he's talking about their culture, which is colonizing others and creating empires and moving things from the global south to build their countries. Or that is not what happened. It is what happened during those days. Slavery came, colonization. It's all about stealing from people. It's all about taking what it's not theirs and using it to develop. But what about us? What about us today? Who is fighting for us? Because if you look, and we talked about this, our problem is our leaders, especially those who are puppets. You are puppet to someone, so that someone is controlling you. So there's no way you even give your people a chance. Because when it comes to something like innovation, inventions, doesn't mean that our black people or our brothers and sisters here in Africa, in the diaspora, cannot do that. We are doing a lot, but it's kind of behind the scenes. And if we do it in Africa, like how many times do you hear of a young person who has done something amazing, something you can even dream of, and then you are like, would the government even think about it? And you like, nothing, nada. So that's our problem. Because if we can be able to have our leaders supporting us, like in Burkina Faso, whether do you know, I just realized they are saying that the Bobo Julaso Wagadugu Highway, I think the first phase is complete. That guy launched that road just last month.
They work day and night.
Imagine that road is like it's 300 kilometers. You know that? And it's like dual carriage with I think 4 lanes on each side. The first phase is complete. We are going to talk about that.
We always see our countries taking like a whole presidential term to finish just a small strip, honestly. A whole presidential term, and then they come back and say, please give me another term so that we can complete this road that we started building, I don't know, some 10 years ago, Uganda. My goodness. In Uganda, the president asked the people to give him more time so that he can continue and finish some of the projects that he started.
He just gave him 5 more years. He just gave himself 5 more years. My goodness. So that is Africa for you. But we have seen better days, and I thank God that we are alive to see this. My father says he will be very excited to see the empire being destroyed in his lifetime. Now we can only thank the Most High that we are seeing things like that. Like we could only hear of someone called Thomas Sankara, Silvanus Olympio, Lumumba of Congo, right? People who are fighting for their people. We have the first president of Mozambique. What was his name? Remember, his wife got married to Mandela. So
Michelle.
Yes.
What is his name?
Yeah, that
Michelle.
one.
I'm forgetting the first
Names run away when we are on live stream. Anyway, so we have Samora Machel.
Yeah.
There have been beautiful people, decorated people. We're not talking about Mandela because it becomes it's a conspiracy theory of here and there. But what we are saying is we have heard of beautiful people, and now we are seeing beautiful people. When we look at the AES, beautiful people, and now we were wondering which other country would join the AES. And guys, you saw us celebrating like, hey, Madagascar, this new guy is actually today he just left for Russia. So I'm hoping that he's going to get a good deal out there like the AES have been getting. Then we saw Benin coming very well. Then we lost. Anyway, we had something about Guinea-Bissau, but it just seems it was the president just like, making sure that the position doesn't come to become like the main guys, like the president. So he was losing, so he staged a coup and all that happened. So it's been a crazy Africa. Gabon, it was staged. We saw Ali Bongo crying, but many things. So we saw the AES, then we saw Mahama coming back. But before then, when Marco Rubio was talking nonsense or whatever he was saying about being proud of what they are, working together so that they can build the empire once again. And when they talk about the empire, someone asked, do you think they are going to allow the people of those, the people on the low level, like when we talk about those stages, like us, like the way they see us, like we are just there. Do you think they are going to allow us to continue populating? Someone asked that because people are so like, it's okay, Tinubu has allowed, what is, Tinubu speaks like that, has allowed the US military to just go there, bomb the country and all that. And the question is, will, that's like giving out your sovereignty. And some people are saying, they are going to help us. If Tinubu wanted to help the people of Nigeria fight terrorists, he would have done what he did for Benin. But he could only do it for Benin because Benin is, or he got a call from the master, Yeah, that's how it works in Africa. So when these guys were meeting in Munich, another meeting was happening over the weekend, the African Union. That was the 37th, right? The 37th or 36th, I think 36th or 7th AU summit in Addis Ababa. 37. And when this was happening, these guys came together like they always do every year. And like our brother Joseph Kalimbo is saying, the US head of state has ended this weekend in the AU Heads of State Summit has ended this weekend in Addis. They discussed Africa must have one currency, Africa must trade with each other, and we need to remove visas. And AU leaders have talked about this for 50 years. Next year they talk about it. But the theme about this on this year was about what are they called? Like you get something reparations. It was about reparations. But all these things that you are seeing on your screen, whatever the EU spoke, it was a one-man show. This was President Mahama, the new president of Ghana, the president who's changing narratives in Ghana. I mean, if you're in Ghana, you can tell us, but the stories that I've heard from Ghanaians, I know the CD is getting stronger, right? You've heard that. The CD is getting stronger.
Farmers are also celebrating in terms of cocoa.
Exactly.
I think things are moving well in Ghana.
Then when it comes, he introduced the gold board. And gold mining has become something that belongs to Ghana. And you'll be surprised about the things this guy is doing and the things that he's saying. Actually, people are saying that this guy is following the footsteps of Ibrahim Traore and his predecessor Thomas Sankara before him. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And what has this guy did? So before we get to that, there was a crazy thing that happened because these people invited the prime minister of Italy. And it's crazy that, you never hear any president being invited to
EU summit.
The EU summit. But this lady was invited, and this is what she said. Those who believe that migration is necessary and indispensable are in fact acting selfishly. If young people leave their land, what will become of their history, culture, and existence of the country they have abandoned? I mean, what she's saying is right, right?
It's true, very true.
Maybe we should listen to the video, right? Yeah.
In short, our point of view is that Italy and Europe cannot think about the future without taking Africa into proper consideration, because our future also depends on yours. Aware of this, Italy intends to continue to be a privileged bridge between Europe and Africa, making available the strength of its institutions, its great tradition of dialogue, and the expertise of its companies. We want to do this also to achieve another goal that we all consider momentous: to guarantee the men and women of this continent a freedom that has often been denied them. The freedom to choose to remain in their country, to contribute to its growth without being forced to leave it, often paying unscrupulous traffickers to risk their lives in an attempt to cross the Mediterranean. Those who believe that migration is necessary and indispensable are in fact acting selfishly. If young people leave their land and their people in pursuit of the promise of a better life, what will become of the history, culture, and existence of a country they have abandoned? These words are not mine, nor those of a political leader, but of a son who is proud of Africa and who holds Africa's future close to his heart, which is the Guinean Cardinal Robert Sarah. Clear.
Although she said those are not her words, right? But it was crazy to invite her. And I'm seeing team dialogue. The AES effect is making its way to Ghana. Yes. It's they are neighbors. And in Africa, being neighbors is because you are cut. These people came and divided. Oh, there's gold. Let's share the gold. This is Gold Coast. This is Upper Volta. That is Burkina Faso, which our very own predecessor of Ibrahim Traore, Thomas Sankara, changed to Burkina Faso. Actually, Burkina Faso is two different dialects. You know that?
Yeah.
The land of the upbreak. One I think is Mosi, and the other one is like Bobo or something. I'm not very sure. Or
Barbara.
Barbara. I'm not sure. But it's two like taking two ethnic languages and merging them. Yes, it's making its way, and I mean that's all we want.
Yeah, but they are neighbors, and they've been working together to, secure their borderline and making sure that their countries can, in terms of trade, their people can buy from each other, sell to each other without restrictions, and making it difficult for, neighbor. It's like cousins and brothers moving from
another country that looks like seems to be learning is Togo. Though Togo, the president doesn't want to leave, but you can see their relations with the AES countries very, very nice. Then I wish Benin, I wish Cote d'Ivoire, I wish Nigeria, I wish all those countries, even Kenya, could learn from what is happening in the AES. And thank you, Stream Dialogue, for telling us to keep doing a good job. Thank you so much.
Back to this woman. Thank you, brother or sister. We don't know. Stream Dialogue. I have a problem with this lady. She always wants to take advantage of our African affairs. What does Italy have to offer to Africa, honestly? Every time that Africa is, they usually call Africa to Italy. What is it called? Africa, Italy, something. Summit.
She started it.
Yeah, she usually call a whole small Italy, calling a whole big continent to Italy.
Nowadays, everybody is calling us.
You people are not serious. And then now, to make it worse, our leaders are seeing Italy as this big continent that deserves to have a seat within our African Union. Make it make sense to me. This is not like Ghana and Italy calling each other. A whole continent.
But Italy is not like China. It's huge. In fact, even India has a big population. It's huge. That's why India is, they call it like a subcontinent.
Some 10 years
but
back.
Italy is also broke, you know that. It's like France. France calls a France-Africa Summit. It's broke.
Why should we bow to that? And why should we? Now the problem is you starting to call this person, come now and sit within our. It's like what ECOWAS has always been doing. They always have some EU representative within their meetings.
Yeah.
Right now we are having Italy.
You know they have EU representatives because the EU funds 70%. We have a long way to go, but
killing me more.
Kudos to us, to Stream Dialogue, to our brothers and sisters who are with us in changing this narrative. So I don't know why they called her.
What was the purpose of her being
But
that
remember, there was another meeting going in Munich, security conference with the NATO, and they are planning another. There was Berlin conference. Now this is Munich conference. So what one of our brothers said, Mamadou Koulibaly said, the burden of the West. While Marco Rubio, the US Secretary of State, proposes to Europeans the creation of an unprecedented coalition to build an empire like no other, one that could reconquer the world as in the age of Christopher Columbus. Like they went to the US, did what they did, and owned the land. Giorgia Meloni, President of the Council of Ministers of Italy, for her part, proposes to Africans the freedom to choose to remain in Africa in order to await the progress and prosperity that Europe would bring them through cooperation, aid, and dialogue. It sounds as though the American is saying to the Europeans, come, let us join forces to go and reconquer them. And the European, she is saying to Africans, stay where you are at, we are coming. Yeah, I get you. I get you, brother Muhammad. I get you. It's like wow, it's crazy. See, it's like this one is here telling us, stay wherever, don't come to us. We are coming there to create the jobs for you. We are coming there to like when there was colonization, what was happening? They came, they took land, then they forced our forefathers to pay taxes. Our forefathers had to be employed as cheap labor in their farms. This is the same thing.
At some point, they didn't mind this migration of Africa. Well, they minded, but it was not biting them as much as it is right now. But where Europe is right now, your France, your Italy, they are broke. So the only message that they can send to our brothers and sisters, especially those who connect within the Mediterranean Sea and enter into Italy and enter into the rest of the European countries, closer to that, they are more burdened right now and they cannot save the situation. So the only thing she can do is, most of African people would rather have the message coming from a white-skinned person saying, stay home, we are coming to give you jobs. Stay home, we are coming to save you from there. Other than their president. In Burkina Faso, they are lucky because their president started this, slowly with them, the young people. He told them the vision of where he wants to put the country and supported their vision as the young people. You see young people being supported, agriculture, they are given land, they are given inputs, they are helped in terms of equipment. But for these ones, they are saying, stay at home. And when you look at your president, he's not doing anything about it. So the only person you will believe is this woman who says, you know what, stay there. We are coming to save you from there. But these people are broke. How are they coming to save you? The only thing that they want you to do is to lessen the burden for them so that they can come and extract and have no burden back home to save you from dying in the Mediterranean Sea. And, there's a lot of street people in Italy.
Yeah, a lot of our brothers and sisters
A
are
whole
sleeping on the
lot.
streets.
Some 10 years ago, there were too many. Imagine now.
And it's not just Italy, Germany,
France.
I mean, I'm sure even Portugal and Spain. Do you know there are news that we don't hear, like how many of our brothers and sisters die on the ocean, Atlantic and Mediterranean, every day. But
even right now,
nobody talks about it. Even these people, the presidents, they meet, they have fun.
I mean, it has been so normalized. It's been so normal that a whole hundreds and hundreds of people bodies will be found in the ocean. And who do you report to? Why do you even report?
There are some allegations that sometimes, when you are with your small boat and you're trying to cross and you meet the navy, they usually destroy the boat and you are left to swim. So those are allegations which I've heard severally. So
now we are being told, stay at home, we are coming to save you from this.
Yeah. So thank you so much, brother. He's saying it's good to see you work. Continue. That's why I started my own channel. Africa needs more of us. I'm going to subscribe to your channel.
Please subscribe, also, brothers and sisters.
Yeah, I'm going to subscribe to your channel, and
when we go a wall, at least we have somebody continuing the work.
Yeah. And please, brothers and sisters, please subscribe to Stream Dialogue wherever you are.
Yeah.
We need more of our brothers and sisters telling our stories. So let's go back to Mahama, right? So this guy, when in the AU, he promised that he's going to present a landmark resolution at the UN General Assembly in March, seeking global recognition of the transatlantic slave trade as the gravest crime against humanity and demanding reparations from former European colonial powers. Mahama said the draft resolution has already been adopted by the AU and reflects a coordinated continental push to pursue accountability for the legacies of slavery, colonization, and apartheid. The truth cannot be buried, he said, calling reparations a moral and legal imperative and urging African states to establish national mechanisms to secure destitution. And it's crazy because these people are planning on coming to do the same thing, right? And on the other hand, it's Mahama and maybe a few of his peers or colleagues or presidents who will be trying to fight back. Because anybody else is quiet, anybody else is writing deals with them, but it's only him that is calling for reparations.
Which other colleagues are you thinking? Well, the AES, those ones, they are just on their own continent. The rest of them, I mean, right now we only have one democratically elected, as they call him, president that is standing with Africa. He doesn't have any backup.
Yeah.
Apart from the AES, of which the AES, do you even see the AES in such things?
Yeah. He said Africa cannot just sit as a quiet victim with cup in hand, begging for these nations to change their minds. Africa has to take its destiny into its own hands. But, brothers and sisters, I usually ask myself, will you ever be respected if you don't respect yourself? If someone came and took me as a weakling and started using me maybe as a slave or, a puppet, let me call it as it is, they always despise me, right? And that's why when they get tired of you, they usually drop you and take another puppet. If you try to kind of seem like you are rebelling, they do the same. I mean, what's the use of you being a puppet? But
if
the
you
problem
fail on
is,
their missions, they dump you.
but the problem is, you want to be a president, and the model of leadership is democracy. You have to go through votes. You need millions. You don't have. So you want to be president, but then they have the money. So they give you the money, then you become the
They print the paper.
They print the paper, they give you give the people. The people are like, hey, he's the best. He gave me $1.
You repay them with our minerals.
Exactly. So that's what is happening. But Mahama is doing good, and I hope we can see more of Mahamas. So, so this is what, and you can link this with what we saw as we started. He called for an urgent action on Africa economic sovereignty. That was 39th, not 37 or 36. And the key proposals was establish conflict-free mineral certification regimes, promote deeper regional value addition, strengthen Pan-African payment and financial systems to facilitate intra-continental trade. But the problem is, Ghana hosts AFCFTA, like African Continental Free Trade Area. They have the offices, they have the secretariat, but has it been working? No. They even talked about, movement of people. Airlines in Africa are very expensive.
You can't afford.
Yeah, but when he talked about strengthening Pan-African payment and financial system to facilitate intra-African trade, this is beautiful, and it got Gaddafi killed. These are some of the things that Gaddafi died for, and his son was just assassinated some 2 weeks ago. So it's crazy that Mahama is into it. I mean, this is a very brave leader, and we pray for him to the Most Highest for that, and our ancestors, so that they can continue protect him.
Mahama's passion for, I don't know if I may call it the African Union or Africa, reminds me Jomaifai's passion for ECOWAS. When he came into power and he was like, we need to make this, where's Jomaifai by the way? We need to make this organization work. I'm going to make sure that, our brothers and sisters, our long lost AES, colleagues come back to it. We need to make it work. I'm seeing Mahama with a vision for African Union to at least have something tangible, to have something working for the African people. But I'm just not sure whether this is the right place to even start, Mahama. I wish, because when you look at it, his vision seems like what the AES has for its people. The AES talks about currency. They are working on their currency. The AES talks about trade. The AES talks about, I wish you could open some
African trade.
Yeah, even for agriculture. Yeah, all of these things. They are doing it. They are not wanting. They are doing it. We already saw a bank. We already saw processing plants in Pobotulaso, in Mali. They are doing it. Mahama sees the AES doing these things and he knows it's possible. Of course, he talks to Traore. And then he's like, you know what, I'm democratically elected. I need to bring our African Union, which stands with the democratically elected ones, to at least do some work for African people. But is it going to be possible, John Mahama?
It might not be possible.
Yeah.
for the biggest part.
Mhm.
But for some, you know, definitely, I was in Senegal and people are like, "You my fi," no, like the people now.
They are woke, finally.
So you know,
It took them forever.
for this part, because after maybe 2-3 years, they will have to vote again, and everybody is saying Osman Sonko, and I'm sure Osman Sonko comes in, you join these people. Maybe during that period, we are not seeing something like Benin, Togo, Cote d'Ivoire voting, Cameroon. We're not seeing them voting. But during that period, we are seeing Kenya voting. We are not seeing Tanzania and Uganda voting. We are seeing Kenya is actually voting next year. We vote next year.
Okay.
Yeah. So we are seeing definitely will be a lot of African countries voting, and maybe they
Where is
want.
South Africa?
I'm not sure, but I think it
Pretty
will.
soon.
Yeah. It, the countries that are voting, many young people will be like, we want to be like Mahama, we want a president who is like Ibrahim Traore or Mahama or someone who's thinking about the people. And I hope the Ghanaian people can tell us if we are praising. You know, you could be praising because of what you had.
I've heard from my very good friends from Ghana.
Okay.
Good president, that one. Yeah.
So I think what he's doing, he's lighting a fire. You know, when you light a fire, then you don't know if you find firewood for tomorrow. But then maybe tomorrow comes, like Ibrahim Traore. Let's say Goita Asimi, he was the father. We can say the godfather. He lit this fire, and this fire spread to Burkina Faso, to Niger. It spread to Madagascar. We have seen it in Benin. And although now in the other countries it's being used by the imperialists.
I was thinking Botswana is also coming out along very well.
Maybe. But you see this fire that he lit in a way different manner. Now he's taking care of his people. Then come back to Mahama. Mahama took that fire and is putting firewood, directing the fire, blowing it towards the rest of Africa. You see? So we are hoping that someone else, maybe in Botswana, maybe Angola,
Namibia is also promising.
Yeah, Mama Daitwa.
Yeah.
So maybe Kenya next year will get someone who's so straight that they will take on the fire and say, you know, these deals that we made about selling your date, no, we are done with it. We're hoping, man. Because there's no hope. But that fire that Mahama has lit, if we don't know, he doesn't know where it will spread, but it will spread. We are in a whole different generation.
Even if it doesn't spread to the leaders at the top, definitely is getting to the young people. And we are the future, trust me. And the more we have stream dialogue, African bars, the rest of us doing this job, the awakening is happening on TikTok, the awakening is there. Social media is just awoke. So even if it doesn't get to those leaders, the majority is us, the people. We are the voice. Once we say it's over, it will be over.
Exactly.
Traore took over because the people supported him to say, take over, man. We need you to stay for as much as you can because we have.
And they got Damiba, by the way. Have we forgotten that Togo repatriated Damiba to the AES?
The reason I was saying, once they are done, once you don't, support their vision or you fail on the mission, they dump you. Damiba was dumped.
Our brother is saying, no doubt Mahama understands that if you don't try to deliver, the youth are watching. The countries next door, but an elected leader is unlikely to make true revolutionary changes. Yes, you're right. Right. And but the good thing is, it's even like we are talking here. We are talking, another person will think about this and say, let me just talk. So this fire that we are lighting, it will spread somehow. That's our hope.
Yeah, even if they don't talk, they will listen and the message will get to where it's supposed to get to. Our ancestors are back.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's see some of the things that Mahama is doing, like that are crazy or that are African oriented. Let's go.
The president of Ghana declared, we will stop selling our raw cocoa to foreign countries. From now on, we will buy our own production in order to process it locally.
Yeah. And he also added that
Ghana's president announced a bold initiative. This is what he said. We are going to stop selling cacao to foreign countries, buy our own cocoa, and transform it locally. This move aims to boost the economy by enhancing domestic production, creating jobs, and increasing value-added processing within Ghana. Sure, this will empower local farmers, but who will buy the cacao? It's 8% to 9% of Ghana's national GDP.
Lord Bebo, you are being specific.